Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We'll get to the JRC in a moment. First, brief disclaimer. If you're unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, all pertinent links are right there in the description box. So should you like to deep dive on either subject, you're absolutely able to do so. Trigger warning, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. I do use profanity. And when we talk about places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. So, if you have a little one that is 16 or younger and they're watching this, parental supervision advised, obviously. Alright? Okay, so where we left off the other day, on to the continuing public comments on the new proposed ban on the GED. Alright, this one says, as a trained board certified analyst, these devices have no place in redirecting self-injurious behavior. First of all, because they can't. You can't redirect to another behavior you want when you are not demonstrating the behavior that you want. A GED device cannot imitate the type of behavior the person that's on the other side of the remote control wants. It can only inflict pain. It has no purpose as a teaching tool because it teaches nothing but pain. And I thought the whole idea was to stop the harm, not continue it. These devices do not teach a replacement skill and do not address the function reason the behavior is occurring. It can't because it's a device. The only thing it can do is what it's designed for, which is to inflict intense pain. It can provide no lessons because it's not a person. Nor can it imitate a behavior because it's not a person. Now, granted, you like Tiffany AIs and bots and stuff, okay, true, but that's not what the GED device is. You know? So even that argument just doesn't work. The use of these devices is dehumanizing, barbaric, and lazy. Alright, as you can see, some folks commented more than once. This looks like one of them. We'll go ahead and read it, though. Let's click on it. There we go. Alright, this one has the ASAN template, which we've already been over numerous times. Okay, and we've also read this before. It looks like she resent it as well. Either that, we're going backwards. And hey, it's me. That wouldn't be surprising. Alright, next comment here says, I am in strong support of banning the contingent electric shock. There are so many better ways of treating challenging behavior. So many ways it is literally sad at this point. There are new developments every single day in regards to treatments to those specific type of behaviors. So to sit there and say we've tried everything, no you haven't, and quit saying it. Repeating it enough times doesn't make it true. Not for my autistic ass. Do I look neurotypical to you? This one also similar in vein here. Similar vein. Good Lord. I am a strong support of banning contingent electric shock. There are so many better ways of treating challenging behavior. Very, very true. Alright, we're going to go here next. I support the ban of electrical stimulation devices for self-interest or aggressive behaviors. This is inhumane, cruel, and also nonsensical. Alright, that's of course the ASAN template. Okay, and we've gone over this comment too, which is one of my favorites. It's, okay, I want to harm myself. Okay, we'll stop you. How? By harming you before you can do it yourself. No, literally, it makes no coherent sense. Just at face value, does that make sense to you? Can you literally explain to me that that makes sense to you? Because, Mother of God. Even if they manage to break a person beyond all compare to where they do whatever they want and essentially become a zombie unless they have to fake it, is that the kind of life you want for your kid? Where they just have to fake it and overexhaust themselves and die young because that level of exhaustion that comes from being forced to mask can cause stress, which leads into health problems. But oh, you get what you want, so that makes it all right, yeah? This is why I'm antisocial, folks. This is why I'm antisocial. Alright, I'm going to read one more here. And this one says, as a clinical specialist, a researcher in assessment and treatment of self-injurious behavior, I do not see any compelling evidence that the electrical stimulation devices are necessary or acceptable. Therefore, I support this proposal. Granted, it doesn't matter whether you support it or not, but I appreciate the sentiment. Even if it did, quote-unquote, help. Pretty sure my brother punching me in the face would probably stop me in the middle of a meltdown, but I don't see doctors lining up to prescribe it for me. Do you? I'm going to keep using that example because that's how stupid this all is. It's that stupid. And we're going to go ahead and close on that one, folks. I know it's a little bit short. It usually is when we're doing the comments as opposed to our regular material. But we're getting there soon. And once we hit that video 100 going over the comments, we'll get back to our regular scheduled programming in regards to going after the JRC. But before we do, we're going to go ahead and close out for this one. We don't get very many views on this channel. Few we do tend to get removed from time to time, so if you folks would be so kind, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments, and make sure that you are still set up to receive notifications. Coming up this next Friday, we're going to have another episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. On Saturday, and on Sunday, of course, we're going to continue on with the Traveling Medicine Man show, known as the Snake Oil Salesman series that we've been working on. I don't want you to miss anything. I do appreciate your time. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I will see you all in a little bit. But bye, everyone.